In a quiet village nestled between misty mountains, in Korea, there was a legend of a mysterious girl, known as the Moon's Daughter. Her name was Minji, and she appeared each year, on the night of the Harvest Moon Festival. No one knew where she came from or where she disappeared to afterward, but every year, when the moon rose at its fullest, Minji could be seen wandering through the village, leaving traces of silvery light in her path. Minji was unlike any other girl. Her hair shimmered with a strange glow, almost as if it absorbed moonlight, and her eyes held an ethereal depth, reflecting both sadness and secrets untold. The villagers whispered that Minji was a spirit, cursed to walk the earth until her tragic fate was resolved. But when the village children would run up to her, asking questions, Minji only smiled, giving each child a small, silver talisman, shaped like a crescent moon. They were told it would bring protection and good fortune. And mysteriously, those who carried Minji's talisman never faced harm or misfortune. One year, a young boy named Jiho, braver and more curious than the rest, decided to follow Minji. He had noticed that each year, she made her way up to the oldest tree on the mountain's edge before disappearing just before dawn. Jiho waited until the festival crowd was distracted, and he slipped away, trailing her through the thick woods. When they reached the old tree, Jiho watched Minji place her hand on its bark and whisper something in an ancient tongue he couldn't understand. Suddenly, the tree began to glow, revealing a hidden door carved into its trunk. Minji stepped through it, her figure dissolving into light, leaving Jiho in awe. The next morning, Jiho returned to the village, determined to find answers. He sought out the village's oldest elder, who listened intently to his story before revealing a long-forgotten tale. According to the elder, Minji had once been a young girl from their village, known for her beauty and kindness. She had fallen in love with a young scholar who had promised to return after finishing his studies. But years passed, and he never came back. Heartbroken, Minji climbed to the old tree at the mountain's edge, a place they had often met under the moonlight, and she waited every night for him until the end of her days. When she passed away, her spirit lingered, unable to move on, and she became bound to the cycle of the harvest moon, returning each year to look for her lost love. Jiho's heart ached for Minji, and he decided to find a way to break her curse. He spent the next year searching for ancient rituals, hoping to find a way to help her spirit find peace. When the next harvest moon arrived, Jiho prepared an offering of lotus flowers and lit a candle under the old tree, calling out to Minji with all his heart. As the moonlight washed over the mountains, Minji appeared, her figure pale and translucent. She smiled at Jiho, a bittersweet expression in her eyes, and as he offered the lotus flowers, he whispered, "Your love would want you to find peace. I'll remember your story, and so will our village. You are not forgotten." A tear slipped down Minji's cheek, and in that moment, her form shimmered, dissolving into moonlight that floated gently toward the sky. Jiho felt a soft warmth in his hand and looked down to see a silver crescent talisman lying in his palm. Since that night, Minji never appeared again. But every year, the village celebrated the Harvest Moon Festival by gathering around the old tree and leaving flowers in her honor. And for Jiho, who carried her silver talisman, he knew that Minji's story, her love, and her memory would live on forever, just like the gentle glow of the moon.